It is indeed a very saddening and frightening event that is unfolding in the history of the world today. If you look at what is happening globally, starting our own local regions, to what is happening within the African continent, if you go to Asia, you go to Europe, one will surely conclude that our main creator, God Almighty Allah, must have a very, very, very concrete and solid reason for allowing such a calamity to visit the souls of mankind. There is a reason behind every action. Some might see it negatively, some might see it positively as an awakening call to mankind towards what is happening today. But I will reduce my statement to my locality, to the people of Zazzau, to the people of Kaduna State, to the people of northern origin, to know that, please, if you look at the spread of this virus, we should thank God that as we are talking today, it is only in the federal capital, Abuja, that we can say that it has a recorded incidence of affected people. Beside Abuja, there is no single part of northern Nigeria that has so far recorded one incidence of this unfortunate virus infection. But at the same time, we will not take it that we are not affected. So we should just lie low and forget the other precautions that are daily being sent out, various information from all sector of media that is coming. What is of importance to us is to take note that the cleanliness of arms, all necessary protection, avoidance of gatherings, whatever the nature of the gathering, all the rules that were laid down by the health experts, doctors and what have you. Please and please, I call on the people of this part of the country, I call on all Nigerians, I call on all Africans to strictly adhere to this. Let's not take it for granted. We have seen what happened to other European countries that took it for granted, that no, it is only happening in Asia. No, it is only some part of Africa that was affected, and they lie low. And gradually, by the time it visited them, they were caught unawares, and we know the result of what is happening today. So please, let's not take it for granted. Coronavirus is real and is ravaging, and only God can categorically say this is the cure of it. You hear different kind of versions. Some will say take lemon with ginger, take this. Yeah, but fundamentally, we should adhere to everything that was said. It is a trial and error. It might work on some people, it might not work on some people. But particularly we that were here, what is the advantage of concealing and putting ourselves at home, locking up markets, locking up religious places, both mosques and churches? It has a reason. And if you sit and look at it, it is of great advantage for everyone to remain indoors. Because in a particular area where you remain indoors, where you are locked up, this disease, once it is infected, any individual that is infected cannot last more than 2 weeks without manifesting itself outside. So it is vital to know that if we restrict our movement, every area that has any unfortunate incidents, such incidences can be picked out. But if you allow people to be roaming about, intermingling, it will be very difficult, because you continue to find each one person in a community, in a village, in a home, infecting other people who are, of course, clean and healthy. And what do we have? Multiplier effects. and it will continue to spread and to spread. But if we obey the law and restrict ourselves and forget about market for a meantime, forget about places of worship, every gathering, then believe it or not, within the short period of time, we'll be able to identify those who are infected, treat them, and by that we have controlled the spread of the disease among our community. So this restriction, stay at home, is of great advantage to us. It has a benefit. When you stay for 2 weeks, if there is anybody in your locality, that person will easily be identified. And health officials will easily pick such person, quarantine such an individual until he or she get the proper treatment before he's allowed or she's allowed to come back to the normal society. And it is very vital. So it's a welcome development. We should, restrict ourselves and make sure that each and everyone continue to obey. Even if you are staying indoors, the cleaning of the arms, distancing, gloving, whatever, all the things that were stated out, they are all vital, they are all important. China, in Wuhan, where the first infection was recorded, they practiced that, and they succeeded. Today in Wuhan, only singular cases. 2-3 days ago, there was no single case of coronavirus in Wuhan, which is the city that has this corona in the first place. Why? They sealed off Wuhan city from the rest of the country. They treated those who are infected. Those who survived, today they are going about their normal lives. Unfortunately, those whom we lost, they are there buried, and then life continue. So what stops us from practicing such? If we see somebody tried it and he succeed, automatically which one is working? So we too should equally apply the same logic in order to save lives in our own community. I thank you so much.
What is your appeal to the rich ones to assist the less privileged?
Yeah. Well, I will start with myself. I know myself, and anybody who transacts or who deals with me know, of course, I have never given a token and then go out to announce that I have given a token to Mr. A or Mr. B or this community or that community. I'm doing the best I can as an individual. At the same time, you don't have to be rich to have the giving heart. You don't have to have affluence and abundance. What you consider to be enough for you and your family, you must have brothers, sisters, cousins, relations, friends, classmates, colleagues, your working place. Please think of individuals who are in a less position, who might not be in the position that you are. Try as much as possible to help such people. And to those in the position of authority, of course we know how mean the resources of the government is. Unfortunately, Nigeria today is going downwards in terms of revenue earning. We know what is happening internationally with the crude oil prices. We know what is happening. The budget has to be readjusted. The 2020 budget has to be adjusted, which of course will transcend to other states. They also have to sit down and look at, because what is expected to be coming to the states will no longer be coming. So all these things need to be taken into account. So it is very vital that the little that the states have in his hand, be it local government, be it a state, be it at the national level, be it federal ministries, agencies, parastatals, companies, please, this is time of need. This is time of crisis. There is no better time. If a company has so much long balance sheet profits, they have realized this is the time to consider those clients, those customers that you are feeding, to visit them back and look after them. This is the time when everybody is on his knees. So I call upon the government, I call upon companies, please, they should do the best they can in terms of that. I will come to my own, your question. They said, well, I'm just getting this information now that, I'm staying indoors because I come out of a long journey and I'm not able to even, interact with people. And part of my house has to be broken for me to be taken out. This is amazing. And it's really amazing for me because the last time I think I was out of Nigeria is almost about 2 months now. And I believe the world has now recorded coronavirus for the last 2 months. Where was I? I was in Medina. I went to bring my first daughter that gave birth, and everybody that was here for the naming ceremony was a living witness. If you count the number of days that I went, and even the naming ceremony, how many days are we talking about now?
Yes.
The last place I visited, in fact, almost getting to 3 weeks now, is Abuja. I'm just enjoying my stay with my grandchild and trying to, attend to my, people within my locality. So if people felt that, to say that, they are only showing their concern, I thank you for the concern, but I'm hale and hearty. I'm not going anywhere, and there should be no any other, fear whatsoever. And for those who say it with a different meaning, I leave them with their creator. Allah knows best.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.